Investing, it's everywhere. The word is literally everywhere. In every blog, financial advisors, Instagram, social media, you cannot get away from this thing. It's even going to be in your articles. So the question is investing actually for you? Today, I will be helping you and walking you through a couple of questions that will give you some clarity about, is investing actually for you? Is this something that is going to be worthwhile for you, worth your money, worth your time, worth your investment? And is it going to best fit your future life? Something that I do want to get out of the way very quickly is investing versus trading. So trading, you are getting stocks at a very high volume and you're also selling them at a very high volume. And the purpose is to make a profit. Versus investing, you may be doing it at a much lower volume. You're not going to be selling it all the time or as frequently. And on top of that, it is more of a long-term investment. You aren't going to get it today and buy and sell it within an hour. You're going to be holding on to it for years and years and years, decades and decades and decades. So with that being out the way, let's see if investing is truly for you. The first thing to take into consideration is, when do you want to see a profit? If you are someone who wants to invest and get a lot out of it very, very quickly, and you don't want to have to wait too long, there are other investments that are going to be beneficial for you. There are other investments that have a high flip rate. You can also do this in trading, of course, but when it comes to long-term stock investments, it may not be for you. Depending on when you are wanting to see your profit come through, I think it goes to show that you are going to have to wait at least a decade. And on top of that, you have to be comfortable with you going and checking your account and seeing it be lower than what you want it to be. When it comes to investing, there are going to be times where when you check your account, you're like, I bought that stock for way more than what it's going for now. And you have to be comfortable with seeing that up and down of like, okay, I'm profiting, now I'm losing money, and just feeling comfortable in that shift, that emotional roller coaster of what's going on with your finances in investing. It's a very versatile market. So when you are going into it, you want to keep that in mind. You want to keep the idea of not seeing profits very, very quickly for even decades in mind. If you feel like that may be something that is difficult for you, or you feel like you want to see that profit very, very quickly, again, there are definitely more investments. I believe there's going to be investment for every type of person. So I would suggest keeping that in mind before you go and you purchase your stocks. The next thing is, how old are you? You're never too young to invest, and I don't believe you're ever too old to invest either. But the thing is, a lot of people invest for the purpose of retirement. A lot of people invest for the purpose of financial freedom. So when it comes to how old you are relative to when you want to have that financial freedom, how old you are relative to when you want to retire, that makes a huge difference, because some things will profit heavily in the next 10 years while other things won't. It will take much, much longer. So how old you are plays a role in where your money is going to best thrive, considering how much time you actually want to give it. If you are 55 right now and you are starting to retire and you're wanting to invest and you're wanting to be able to retire in the next 10 years, that's going to look very different versus somebody who's 25 and they have the next 40 years before they're planning on retiring or taking that money out. So you want to take into consideration that time frame that you are going to allot to your investments and giving it time to grow, and the amount of profitability that you want to have within that time frame. And if maybe long-term stocks may not be the best for you, that is okay, because again, you can invest in more ways than just in the stock market. Next, how comfortable are you with other people having your money? The reality of it is, when it comes to investing in stocks and in the market and everything, it's not a tangible asset. It's not something that you can hold. It's not something that you can go and physically visit. It's not something that you can really look at outside of a screen. And yes, there are legal parameters. People just can't do whatever they want with your money. But at the same time, mentally speaking, you don't physically have anything. So there is an actual disconnect between your investments and what you are physically holding right now. Like when it comes to investing in real estate, that is something physical. If you are sitting here purchasing land, physical. If you're purchasing rubies, physical. These are things that are physical. So you have to be comfortable with that difference there. And if you are someone who's used to, investing in something that is physical, or usually holding on to things that are physical, then this is going to be a difference. It's going to be a shift, and you have to think about where you stand on that, if you're comfortable with a company having your money versus if you're not comfortable with that. And the final thing is, what type of investments do you actually want to make? So when it comes to you investing, are you wanting to invest a whole lot into one company, a whole lot into one project, or are you wanting to invest and split your money amongst multiple companies? Because here's the thing. When it comes to investing solely in one company, sometimes you may not want to split it. You might not want to put a little bit in everything, right? Sometimes for some people, they feel better to just have everything in one group, one massive thing. So if that is you, I will say it is risky to put all your money in one company. It is very risky. Any company can go bankrupt. There are a lot of things that can be happening within a company internally that you don't know about until you start seeing it affect your investments and your dividends. So it's important to know that there is a risk there, but also to consider that if you are somebody where you only want to invest in one company, not because of the company, but you feel more comfortable just having one thing that you're giving your time, attention, focus, and finances to, there are better alternatives where you can invest all your money in one thing in different investments that are less risky. For example, some people, they are out here buying just straight up platinum. And if you want to do that, I personally would say that that's probably less risky than just buying a ton of one business, if you know what I'm saying. If you're trying to be one in, all in, there are definitely better investments that are a lot safer. But again, this is about you. So think about these questions, add more questions, have conversations in the comment section, ask any questions that you want to as well in the comment section, and I will be down there answering. Because when it comes to your investments, how much you're investing, where you're investing, how long you'll be investing for, and what you are truly holding when it comes to property, stocks, precious metals, all these things. It's so uniquely for you because your situation is different than everybody else's. So I wouldn't say look at a guru and then think, oh yeah, I should do that. But take time to actually decide what's going to best fit you and what's going to best suit your future. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it was very helpful for you, especially walking through your investments, walking through if this is going to be what's best for you and if this is actually something that you want to do. Consider joining my Patreon. Link will be in the description below if you did enjoy this video and if you want to see more like it. Make sure to take care of yourself and your money and investments and your financial health. Financial literacy will get you a lot of places, so don't forget to put that in your tool bag. Watch over yourself again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.